What's up, guys? My name is Joe. I'm one of the co-founders here at Coldest HQ. This is the first TV show ever around a water bottle company and growing the business. It's gonna be so chaotic and fun. All right, so it started off great. We basically didn't record the audio, so you're gonna enjoy my voice, I suppose. But yeah, kind of going in behind the scenes of the first photo shoot here at Coldest. I feel like when we started the brand, this was like what we've always dreamed of doing. It was kind of the pinnacle of photography for us, having that infinity wall. In the meantime, come with me and let's enjoy the vibe of Coldest HQ. So when we moved in here, there wasn't any golf carts that you see behind you. We actually had the option to get golf carts. Basically, if you get 4, you get a deal. It's kind of the story behind that. Here's some of the team working behind the scenes, fulfilling daily orders. Thank you so much, by the way. If you placed an order recently or anytime ever, really means a lot to the entire team. And I really can't say enough. This is where the operations of everything goes down. So you got Lewis working hard behind the scenes. Also got the assistant manager, Nierka. I'm gonna keep moving along here. All the accessories that we have at our headquarters, we store them on this back wall. So if you love those optional paracords, you can basically carry your water bottle from the top with that optional paracord. Oh, there's Dave just driving around with a third golf cart here. I wish my audio worked, but that's okay. We'll make it work. What's kind of funny about this situation is I actually just met this person for the first time. She's a professor at Florida Gulf Coast University, and she teaches social entrepreneurship. And so she actually invited Dave and I to speak to her class about Coldest, tell them more about the business. What I thought was actually super cool about the entire situation is I think in business, like for so long, there's so many days and nights that you're just working and focused, and nobody really sees what or even acknowledges the work that you do. So like this is kind of one of those times where it's like, oh dang, someone noticed us and wants to hear us talk. So it's like, so I guess I'm just so grateful for the opportunity to speak. I kid you not, it feels like yesterday when we were just pitching for Shark Tank. We watched these guys growing up. They're literally legends in business. And so to actually be on the show is insane. He was so skeptical because nobody ever gets on Shark Tank, or it just feels like one of those things where you apply and you never hear back. But it was so funny. I literally had to drive an hour to Dave's house because he was so skeptical of the process. This is literally our pitch video that we submitted to them, or part of it.
Hey Sharks, we're the twins behind Coldest. Welcome to the operation. So I'm Joe.
And I'm David.
And in 2015, we started the business with a one goal to create the coldest products to help you stay cooler longer.
In 2015, we embarked on a journey to create the coldest products ever. This was the 1.0, and if we didn't sell 1,000 units of this, all of this today would not be here. This is actually our second warehouse.
Oh, and by the way, the warehouse that I'm standing in right now is HQ headquarters number 4. It's 52,000 square feet. So when we were filming that video, that was in a 2,000 square foot facility. We're about 25 times bigger since basically the submission video. And technically, we're kind of in HQ3. Which was 15,000 square feet, which is about 3 times the size as the current warehouse we're in. So just keep in mind, business can change so fast, for good or for worse. And if you're not a person that likes change or feeling uncomfortable all the time, I don't recommend it to anybody. But if you're okay with the pivots and improving pretty much every day, you'll be just fine. So it went from that pitch,
because we're getting lots of orders and we just simply do not have a place to put anything,
to essentially this.
Next up are entrepreneurs who believe their product is cooler than the rest.
What's up, Sharks? I'm Dave.
And I'm Joe.
And we're the twins that found it!
Okay, pause this for a second because, dude, for clarification, our voices do not sound like that. You can hear me voiceovering. I don't know whoever produced or edited that, but, just for the record, chat, they made our voices higher on the Shark Tank episode. It is what it is. So happy to be on the show. But, you know, I just want to clarify. They made our voices so high. So high. We don't sound like that. Okay, maybe Dave does.
COLDEST! We started this company in Naples, Florida. And sharks, it gets so hot out there.
Anyways, what I'm getting at is things can change so fast in business. And if you want to do an episode dedicated just for Shark Tank, maybe we'll do an entire episode on that. But from the moment that we applied to be on Shark Tank to the time we filmed was about a year. And then the time that we actually aired, which is different than filming when it goes on TV, was about another year. So it's almost like 2 years to get onto Shark Tank. But what's cool afterwards is you get all types of interesting interviews, like with Wink News and stuff. This is them here.
Get him mic'd up. I'm not a cop, you guys. You a cop?
One thing that I will always say is whatever you're doing, you're not stuck. In my past life, I was a civil engineer building bridges for the state of Connecticut, but I always had a burning passion for building businesses. And even more fun, Dave and I would always compete on who could build the better business. We were hyper competitive, whether it was sports or in business. From like around 2006 to 2017 during college and into my 9-to-5 engineering job, I would retreat just to work on my side businesses. It was a crazy hustle and fire. And by 2017, I had started at least 10 plus businesses prior to Coldest that all crashed, burned, and failed. Prior to 2015, Dave had also started 10 plus businesses that all crashed, burned, and failed too. From website-based businesses to a clothing line to a podcast to a pet subscription box. You name the business, I likely had something close to it. I learned 1,000 ways on how not to run a business, but from every failure, I learned something critical, and I felt I was one step closer to figuring it all out.
Being able to do model photography and even showcasing the behind the scenes of it. In my opinion, behind the scenes content is always some of my favorite content to watch, especially seeing a brand shoot photography behind the scenes. So this is super cool how it just came out. We have actually been working on this cyc wall for the past 3 to 4 months, documenting it behind the scenes, the build. So if you want to know more, I can post some more of that content as well. Essentially, it all started with this image. It was just something I saw on Google, and I was like, yo, what if we built something like this? And so that was kind of the dream. This started in like June 2025. After about like 1 month of debating if we should do it or not, if it was feasible, if we had the skills. Actually, Lewis had the skills, and our other guy, Sel. They're like, all right, let's do it. And so come July 2025, this is basically the framing starting to get up. We had all the materials ordered, or what we thought. It was a 10-foot by 20-foot cyc wall, so it's a curved infinity wall. That's Lewis standing behind there proud. This is maybe like 10 days in the project. And by the way, any project you have no idea what you're doing and you're doing it for the first time, I mean, your dreams could look dope, but when you build it into reality, it's a whole nother story, and it could be a complete flop and thousands of dollars wasted. Anyways, I just love the finished product. We're gonna show some clips here. Alright, so back to the warehouse vlog. Essentially, it was a really cool perspective. Kind of gives you a really solid depth of the warehouse. We're currently in a 52,000 square foot facility. This is HQ version 4. The last warehouse we were in was 15,000 square feet. This is 4 times bigger. We just moved in here maybe a year and a half ago. And when we first moved in, it was probably one of the scariest things we had ever done. Expanding was needed at the time. Right now, the max amount of orders we can get out, so we've been testing this out, the max amount of orders we can get out per day is probably about. If we do need to get more out, we're gonna have to hire more people. This is actually one of the constant questions and problems that we have here at Coldest. Essentially, if we hire too many people, then we have people just standing around. But if we hire too little people, then you essentially have people basically stretched way too far thin, and they're getting overwhelmed. We appreciate all you guys watching. This Thursday is gonna be the first Halloween drop of the season of 2025. I think the community's been waiting a ton. There's been so much anticipation. It's Halloween, and we have 7 new Halloween drops. I think the community is absolutely gonna freak out, but I also think they're gonna love it. If you can't afford it, have at it.